Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to be back here. Had an eventful end of week, so there really wasn't much that was going on, and I apologize for that. But yesterday was my daughter's birthday, so that's why there wasn't really much that was done. A couple of things that I do want to address. One of them is regarding BTech reviews. So if you guys are subscribed to his channel, or if you guys support his channel, he's going to need your guys' support now more than ever. And I'll get into that here in a little bit as to why. And, what we have to worry about, as content creators. And what would I do if the same thing happens to me? So I will make that very clear with everybody here in a little bit. Jeremy, what's up, man? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. We open the chat up, so that way everybody who is chatting gets recognized. So that is something that, I definitely, I want you guys to be a part of the show and everything like that. Okay, so, being pretty honest with everybody, if you guys are following BTech Reviews, Titus, what's up? Welcome in, man. If you guys follow BTech Reviews, you guys may have noticed there's been a little bit of a weirdness going on with his YouTube channel. I was actually shocked when, BTech reached out to me to let me know that, YouTube had struck his account and is in the process of, banning or deleting his channel. And I was just as shocked as he was because, he doesn't do anything outside the norms of what anybody else would do on YouTube. He doesn't really grab other people's content and, migrate it into his videos. He doesn't do any of that stuff. It's just mostly, he's got brand partnerships. And, when he told me that he couldn't really access, the Studios app, which is what we content creators use to kind of just manage our accounts and videos and look at not content, but comments and other people's stuff. We were very, like when he couldn't access it, it was just like, why? Like, why are they doing this? So, he's doing what he needs to do to get his channel revived. I mean, it's still viewable. He's still able to upload videos. Sorry. He's able to upload videos, and I seen him upload a couple of new videos. When he went live, I got no notification that he was live. But he's in the process of appealing with YouTube, and hopefully YouTube listens because he didn't really do anything. So if you guys want, in the chat and in the comments, hashtag justice for BTech. Hopefully he gets his channel back. And it had me thinking too, because I never really thought, something like that would happen. So what happens if my channel is next? What happens if YouTube says that I violated policies? Because they're not very transparent with what you did, right? Like you get a general email that says that you violated YouTube policies and whatnot, and so their decision was to ban your channel. He got no warning. Like he didn't get a warning before this decision to ban his channel happened. He got no warning at all whatsoever. There was nothing on his channel that even said that he had like a community strike or anything like that. And I know this because I got a community strike warning. The one time that I did a live reaction to the Apple event when they were unveiling, I think it was the iPhone 13 or the iPhone 12, Apple hit me with a strike. So I have I have a strike on me. So we do get some sort of warning. But in this case, he didn't get one. He didn't get anything, he said. So he was very shocked that, he was even violating anything. Because how would he know what he violated if they don't tell him in the email, like, what you violated? If they don't link what video or videos were involved in the decision-making of them to wanting to ban his channel, like, that's just one of the things that I frown upon when it comes to YouTube, right? Like, YouTube has a monopoly over the whole entire video content game. YouTube knows that, right? Like you have various other platforms, but I guarantee most people don't really use a lot of different platforms. Like I'm on a platform actively right now with 239 subscribers that rivals YouTube, but I'm sure most of you guys don't even know about it. And that's, there goes my dog's game. But that is it's a place called Odyssey. And I'll type it in the chat for you guys. But the name of the service, the app, it's called Odyssey. And I've been on Odyssey for quite some time now. As a matter of fact, I can show you guys what my Odyssey channel looks like. And, it's not much different from YouTube. I'll show you guys. And the reason I'm showing you guys is because if you're wondering what happens if this happens to me, where will I go? Well, you guys will find out right now. But I would be on Odyssey. This is where I would go. And right now, Odyssey is it's pretty active because it's synced in with my YouTube account right now. So every video, every live stream I have done on YouTube is on here. And it continues to go that way. But yeah, Odyssey is a video, platform. You got content creators that upload video. They got live streams and stuff like that. I can even go directly live from Restream, which is what I use to live. Excuse me. I use Restream to live stream, and yes, with my Odyssey account, I can put in a stream key and just use Restream and stream to Odyssey. I can do that. Obviously, it's a little bit more different, but yeah. So this is where I would be if something would happen to my account here on YouTube, because you never know. Like, YouTube reserves the right to be able to do that. I mean, 2 years ago they passed they passed a policy change where they, like I said before, I think I did a video about it like a year or two ago, where I was saying that they can literally ban your account with no reasoning at all whatsoever. And one of the things that I felt like that they were doing that was they were starting to look at viable options, right? And if your YouTube channel wasn't viable in their eyes, they would just get rid of you, because he's in the partnership program. So I feel really, really bad for BTech Review. Mike, I've gotten to know him over the years. He's been like, kind of like a tag team partner on YouTube. Like, both he and I were interested in the same things. We were making videos covering the same things. Like, we were heavy into Virgin Mobile USA's smartphones. And so both he and I were buying up these phones from Virgin Mobile and unboxing them. And we just started noticing each other's channels. Like, hey, we're pretty much like putting like similar stuff up. And it was never a rival, you know what I mean? It was never a rivalry that's like, oh, this guy is mocking me, he's copying me. I didn't give a shit. I thought his videos were great, so I subscribed to him the moment I found his channel. And I didn't know that he subscribed to me when he found mine. So, and then from then, it's just been little comments here and there over the years, for so many years, until it actually built a friendship. And now you guys know, like, he and I go live together, not only for tech, but we also go in on, on pro wrestling. He hosts the Deathlock podcast, and he has always invited me as a guest host to be on there. So it's always been fun to just talk pro wrestling with him. And he comes on my live streams every now and then to talk tech on mine, or we go on his. So I have a lot of support for BTech Reviews, and I think what happened to him was a travesty. I think it's messed up. Yeah, I feel really horrible about it. It also puts me on edge. That YouTube could just look at my channel and be like, oh yeah, he doesn't get thousands and thousands of views. Let's get rid of him too. So I get worried about that, because like, this to me is always fun, and this to me will always be something I love doing. I was thinking about it the other day. If it happened to me, maybe I would just hang it up for good. Like if they got rid of my channel and deleted my channel, all my videos were gone, then fine. Like, I'll just ride off into the sunset as if I never existed on the platform. Like, I was thinking that for a minute, but then I was like, there's people that still enjoy my content. They enjoy my videos. They like the stuff that I put up. So where would I go? Obviously, Odyssey is where I would go. Another source place where you're going to see content uploaded is Instagram. My Instagram, at least there. I'm not worried about losing the YouTube partnership program or any of that stuff. That's not really ever been my goal and my goal in sight. So I just kind of want to make that clear. And I spent like 10 minutes talking about that because I really want everybody to support BTech. If you're on X, you know, you can at the YouTube creators, or the powers that be of YouTube, and you can convey your thoughts and your feelings. You can say whatever you want to say. There's a lot of people that appreciate the BTech works. Kevin Breeze went ahead and made mention to YouTube on X, as far as give him back his channel. So we're all rooting for BTech. Right. So sorry I opened up the live stream that way, but it needed to be said. All right, so let's kind of move on away from that. Right there below, you guys see that QR code. It says Helium Mobile, get 1 month free on sign up. Scan the QR code. Link is also in the description too, as well, to download the Helium Mobile app. And my promo code is in the description if you'd like to try out Helium Mobile for 1 month. You can get it for 1 month free just by using my promo code. Shout out to the people that's been using it. I appreciate you guys. I can see who's been using my promo code. Every month I can see if people have been using it. So it's pretty cool. Again, I'm very happy that I'm able to collaborate with Helium Mobile to get you guys that offer. So big shout out to Helium Mobile. Great service, I can tell you guys so far. Great service and great customer service too as well. So don't forget the customer service side. They are really great. I love, if I have an issue, I feel good about my issue being resolved. That's how good they are. It's really, really different experience, and the people that they have behind the scenes for their customer service are amazing. So they found some really good people to do customer service for them. So big shout out to them. But yeah, also on the top left corner, if you want to help out the channel itself, normally I would say use that QR code. However, in this instance, because my daughter turned 12 yesterday, and I didn't do anything as far as social media to this extent. But if you guys want to send anything to my daughter for her birthday, use the upper left QR code, send it her way. She got excited because through my banking, I opened up a banking account. It's like a child banking account. So her account's attached to my account. So anything that goes in to my bank account will go directly to her. I know she just loves playing Fortnite, so she's just gonna try and buy up all these skin characters that she wants in Fortnite. So, but anyways, yeah, if you guys want to help, send her like anything for her birthday, up in the upper left corner, please do that up there. Anyways, let's kind of just get on with this. 3 days until the Made by Google event. I will be talking about that last, even though it's the first thing on the title of this podcast on this lovely Saturday. I'll be talking about the Made by Google event last to kind of just really like kick into high gear and excitement for that. But I also said about, Boost Mobile confusion and whatnot. And, there is that whole thing. There is that whole thing going on with the Boost Mobile confusion. And what I mean by that is, so you guys know that I have a Facebook group that is pretty active. I think there's like 2,000 members in that group so far and growing, and it continues to grow every day. Now, I'm not trying to jerk my own chain, but I like to think that my Facebook group for Boost Mobile is pretty damn solid. It's a place for everybody to just kind of chit chat about how their services are going and how they feel about things. I've seen people go in there and just royally complain. I don't ban them just because they're complaining about Boost Mobile. I would like it to be like a haven spot for them to come in and just complain, but not worry about Boost Mobile seeing their like how they feel about things. Like some people want to convey how they feel about things, but they really don't want to like jump in and let the company see them, because then they're afraid that there could be some stuff that would happen to them, is what people think and believe, right? Of course, companies cannot retaliate because you posted something on social media about them. The only time they can retaliate is if you are an employee. If you work for the company and you say something on social media, then yeah, of course they can retaliate. They can fire you. They can terminate your employment with them and all that other stuff. Damn, man, you still haven't gotten your Boost service back? Like, what's the holdup on it? What did they tell you? If you don't mind sharing with everybody here on the live stream in the chat, what did Boost Mobile tell you about your Boost account being hijacked? And like, why is it hard for you to recover it? Because I shouldn't see a reason. For those of you guys who don't know, I mean, there is a Boost Mobile referral program. Somebody had pointed out that there actually is one. And honestly, I feel like with Boost Mobile, the referral program is pretty stupid because it requires you to put in a phone number of a Boost Mobile customer. Now, here's the crazy shit about all this. Okay. Titus obviously was a victim of it, because Boost Mobile, they're always changing things. They're always adding this and then taking this away. They're always wanting to change the name to this and then change it back to this. So we can't really, there's no stable foundation for us to really look at Boost Mobile and say that they got massive stability going on for them. So when someone says that that there's a referral program, and if you do this for me, you and I get, half off for the next 2 months or next 3 months or some shit like that, right? Some people are just like, okay, like, what do we do? Like, how do we do this? Because I can tell you guys right now, like even on the website in itself, on the website, I don't see anything really that just, screams referral program, I just don't see it. I can go to their supports, affiliate partner program. So you have that there, fraud prevention, in-store offers, deals, trade-ins, add-ons, FAQs. Let's go to FAQs and let's see if we can find referral. Refer a friend. Bingo, there it is. Okay. So here's a referral program, and he's thinking about leaving Boost. I don't know about Gene sometimes, man. I'll explain to that. Because people can go where they want to go. You know what I mean? It's a person's right to choose where they want to be. I would never tell anybody like, oh, you should stay with this because I use them. Like, who gives a shit what I use? It's what matters what you guys use and how happy you guys are with what you use. Okay, so it looks like they got a refer a friend program. Get paid when your friends and family switch to Boost Mobile. The Boost Mobile refer a friend program allows qualifying customers to refer friends and family and get rewarded. Plus, those who join get rewarded too. So, who can get? Let's see. Qualifying Boost Mobile customers can earn $25 in bill credits when they refer a friend to Boost Mobile, and the friend completes 30 days of service as an active Boost Mobile customer. The friend will also receive $25 in bill credits. And so then it goes over the like who's eligible and whatnot. Let's see. So start by registering for Refer a Friend. So you have to register. There's a link right here that I guess takes you to a page. You have to register to be like someone that refers a friend. You share your personal link with those you'd like to bring on board. So I'm gonna update this because somebody posted something in my Boost Mobile group page on Facebook, and it was different. It just had something different. So I just want to double check here real quick. Let me open this in another new tab. Let's see what it shows. Okay, so this is what you as the customer have to fill out because this is what the person sent on my group. So here's the skinny of this. There are scammers, to a degree, I'll call them scammers, who are using this as a way to access your account. What they'll do is they'll use this refer a friend thing here, and they'll say they'll need your Boost Mobile phone number. And that if you give them your Boost Mobile phone number, they can complete and become, a member of Boost Mobile, and both you guys will get rewarded. Yes, that's true, but not for the customer. The new customer does not use this, okay? The new customer does not use this at all. The current customer uses this. The current customer will put their first name, their last name, their email address, their Boost Mobile number, and they'll hit start earning, and they will get a unique code that they give to people who's going to sign up for Boost Mobile. So new customers get that unique code from you. They don't get your phone number. They don't need your phone number. Why are the scammers asking for your phone numbers? It's pretty damn obvious. There's several things they can do with your phone number. One, they can access your Boost Mobile account. They can go to a Boost Mobile store and get a Boost SIM card. And then they can contact support. And they can contact support to do a SIM swap. Here's the problem with Boost Mobile customer service that Boost needs to tighten down on. Normally, and I know this because I used to be one of their customer reps, my area was senior level 4 customer care rep. You are required to ask for a 4-digit PIN anytime communicating with a customer. If it's in chat, they send a secure form. Customer types in their 4-digit PIN, submits it. They see it. If it matches, they're able to continue on. If it's over a call, they are supposed to give you their first and last name, and then you can ask them for, in the way it goes like this. For security purposes, may I ask you to verify your code, or your security code, or your PIN code. You never say how many digits it is because you don't want someone to guess. So you don't say, yeah, could you verify your 4-digit PIN for me? Because now you're letting them know it's 4 digits. So we tend to just say that, for security verification, may I ask you to verify with your passcode or your PIN code, or your security code. Then they don't know because they can say some stuff like, they can think it's 6 digits long and go 6 digits. And you're like, okay, yeah, you're not the person, But anyways, they're supposed to verify it before doing any changes. So that's like the last level of defense. This is why that a security code is there. I know some customers get pissed off about it. They'll be like, oh, why the hell do I have to tell you this all the time? You should know it's me. I'm calling in. Like as if we can fucking see through their smartphone. And, oh, yeah, it's you, Mr. Matthew. Like, no, we can't see anybody. So, that's why the security pin is there. But I digress from that, because I always found that to be annoying when people would yell at me and be like, I don't have to give you my pin. You should know it's me. No, fuckface. I don't know if it's you. Someone could have stolen your phone and called in on your behalf to try and steal your information. So, yeah, they're supposed to. But lately, they're not. I've noticed customer care reps haven't been asking for pins. I've chatted in recently just because I wanted to confirm something about a rainbow SIM being sent out. And, the person never asked me for my security pin. They never asked. And I was like, so I told the person in the chat, I was like, don't you want to verify who I am before you start telling me things? Oh, yeah. May I ask you to submit your security code? And they sent me, a secured form, and I filled it out with the pin and sent it back. And so, because of that, not every rep doing that security thing can lead to a customer tricking, not a customer, but a scammer tricking a customer to give the phone number, thinking they're using them for a referral, taking that phone number, logging into the Boost Mobile app, because Boost Mobile, you don't have to use your passcode when you're logging into the app. You can get a one-time passcode text to you. There are ways around it. And what they'll do is they'll do the one-time passcode, and then they'll tell you, oh, you should have gotten a text message from Boost Mobile with a reference number, or they'll say some shit like that. And you give them that number, which is actually your one-time passcode. Now they've just logged into your account. If they have a SIM card, they can contact support. They can do a SIM swap, move your service from your SIM card to their SIM card, immediately start making changes. Why is it important for them to have your number? Well, everything ties to our mobile phone numbers, right? So, you have these situations where it's like, they can start looking through different banking apps and typing in your phone number and seeing if you have an active account there. And if you do, then they can start trying to find a way to get into your bank account using your phone number. And any type of two-factor authentication that requires a text one-time passcode to your phone number, they can access it because now they have your phone number. They just moved your phone line from your SIM card to a SIM card that they have. They can start changing names, changing email addresses on the account, which will make it harder and harder for the original account holder to gain access back into the account. They can start ordering mobile phones, right? Like, your social security number and stuff like that is pretty much linked to your account. So they can start going in there trying to order, an iPhone. Hell, they can even change your plan. You could be on the $25 infinite access plan, and they can switch you off to try to get an iPhone 15, and hope that your credit is good enough to get that iPhone 15, right? This is also the reason why, like, some people that I know that watch my channel, they're all like happy about the FCC wanting devices unlocked after 60 days, no questions asked. This is why I'm against that. I am against that for this reason. If a scammer gets a hold of the account, say it takes more than 2 months for you to recover back your stolen account, and the thief has already ordered an iPhone 15. After 60 days, that phone would be unlocked. What's to stop that person from just taking the phone, selling it to somebody, because they can now use it on any carrier that they want to? There's nothing locking that phone down, and you're still stuck with the bill with the iPhone 15 that you don't have, that you never planned to order. Now you got to pay it off because it's going to hit your credit. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I got you there, Joyce and San Joaquin. I got you there. So anyways, if anybody says, yeah, they're going to sign up with Boost Mobile, and since you're a Boost Mobile customer, I'm going to use you as a reference so we both get some $25 credit. The moment they start asking you for your phone number, don't do it. Okay? Only the current customer would fill this out one time. It's only one time. You don't fill this out every time. It's only one time you fill this out. After you fill it out, you get a unique code. That unique code is what you give to people that's going to sign up. It's just like Visible. Like for those of you guys have Visible, if you sign up with Visible, you can get your first month at $5 using a refer a friend code that you get from a current customer. It's just like my Helium mobile code right down there below. Take a look at it. Obviously the code is my first name, but that's the way that Helium Mobile set it up for me in order for me to give people, this pretty awesome promo. But as you guys notice, I don't give you guys my phone number. You guys get a promo code, a specific code that lets the company know that, hey, this person is new signing up and somebody that is our current customer had referred them. That's how referral programs work. So if anytime anyone says that they're trying to sign up and they would like for you to give them your phone number so they can sign up and get their first month half off, don't give them your phone number. All right. Also, on top of that, go back to Boost Mobile here real quick. So aside from that scam, the other thing I wanted to kind of talk about with Boost Mobile is the whole rainbow SIM. I invited Gene to come on here with me because Gene has been active on the Facebook group, and he continuously posts over and over again all these questions about Boost Mobile, and I wanted to answer that today with him on the podcast with me, so he can hear me speak directly to him, and I can resolve a lot of his frustrations, because Gene's got a lot of frustrations with Boost Mobile. Joyce, you said that that he's at his wit's end and he's thinking about leaving Boost Mobile. There's several reasons why he's thinking about it, and I'm gonna put that to bed. So if he pops in the chat, he can sit here and chat with me. If he wants to come on live, I'll DM him a link to join me on this podcast live, and we can talk about it. He's been very active. One of the things that he's been very active about on my group, he's talking about why are they moving everybody to the rainbow SIM? It doesn't make sense to him. People don't have qualified phones to do it, or they don't have Dish Network in their area. So how are they supposed to? And, I'm typing out comments to him, but I don't think he's really reading them, or he's just not understanding, because I'm pretty sure I'm typing them as clear as day. So what I mean by that is that, yes, if you didn't know, if you're living under a rock, Boost Mobile is starting to send out the rainbow SIM to its customers. It's contacting its current customers. It's sending them out. I know this. My wife got an email. A SIM card is on the way for her. It's a rainbow SIM. Once she gets it, she must contact them so that way they can activate that SIM, because she's on the older SIM. Now, does this mean that she's going to access, native Boost 5G network? No, it doesn't mean she's going to access that. She has a Pixel 7a. It's not certified for it. So then why are they sending her the rainbow SIM? Good question. Let me answer that. The rainbow SIM was always intended to be what they use for smart switching, right? Think about this for a second now. How would it smart switch if it didn't have the capabilities of connecting to AT&T's network and T-Mobile's network, right? So you guys know that the Rainbow SIM can, in fact, connect to AT&T and T-Mobile's network. So if you're somebody that doesn't have a certified device for the Boost 5G network, then what network are you going to land on if you get a Rainbow SIM activated on your line? You're going to land on the AT&T side. But can it do it? Of course it can. If it can smart switch between the three networks, it can default to the AT&T network. Put it this way. The Rainbow SIM is like the same SIM card you would get if you signed up for Project Genesis. Okay, if you buy like one of the devices that's on Project Genesis, let's see if we can find it. No, not Steam. Project Genesis Boost Mobile like this. Oh, there it is. Yeah, genesis5g.com. I'm just going to pull up the website for people to see. What up, Ant? What's going on? So if you've ever had a Boost Mobile account, I'm answering Ant's question. But if you ever had a Boost Mobile account back in the day, it's still viewable. Like if they were to type in your name, or if they were to type in an email address, it's gonna pop up, but it's gonna say not active. They don't scrub the old account. So if they ever need a reference back to an old account, like, you know, because they don't unlock your devices for you until you've had active service for a year. So if you were to say, like, you know, I had this Moto G stylus and I've had it for over a year, they're going to ask you if you remember the phone number that was on that phone. And if you remember it and you give it to them, they're able to find your old account to see, you know, when the phone was first activated on that account to determine if they can unlock it or not. So that's why they were able to find a Boost Mobile account. If you've never had one in your life, that would be weird. Okay, but this is Project Genesis. It's actually available in my area because Dish is in my area. Now, when you use Project Genesis, you know, I'm not going to go beyond this because I have to put my address on here, and I don't want to do that. Actually, no, I can just take it off. Take it off screen. Let me type in my address real quick so I can show you guys. I'm going to be able to show you guys the devices that are. Let's see, we'll check availability real quick. And if it does. All right, there we go. So the Motorola Edge Plus 2023 certified specifically for our network, fast delivery, simple setup, right? So, you know, I would have to get started with all this, but you would get a device on them, okay? Now, inside this device, it uses basically the Rainbow SIM. Now, if you're using Project Genesis and you fall out of Dish, you know, coverage, what do you default to? Well, you default to AT&T. You'll run on AT&T's network. That is the same thing that's happening right now with them sending out Rainbow SIMs to every Boost Mobile customer. Is because the SIM card can run on AT&T's network. It can run on T-Mobile's network. So if you have 3 different SIM cards currently right now, because they have the black SIM card, which is AT&T. They have the blue SIM card, which is T-Mobile. They have the Rainbow SIM, which is Boost Network. If they can consolidate it to just one SIM card given to every customer, it cuts out industrial waste. This is what I think Gene doesn't understand. It cuts out industrial waste. So they don't have to have 3 different SIM cards held, causing so much confusion. Look at all the confusion that has happened over the year. People will sign up for Boost Mobile. The system automatically assigns you to a network, right? So you're either on AT&T, T-Mobile, or you get the Rainbow SIM for Boost network access, as well as smart switching to AT&T and T-Mobile. that causes so much confusion. Like some people will be like, my SIM card broke or my SIM card got fried, because people's SIM card on Boost Mobile has been getting fried. So they had to get another SIM card sent out. Now, if they're assigned to the AT&T network and Boost accidentally sends them a blue SIM card, they can't activate it because the system will reject it. It's like, no, this person's assigned to the AT&T network. You have the wrong SIM card. So now they got to wait for another SIM card to be sent out to them. Instead of going through all that headaches, one SIM card that can access 3 networks that can default to any of those networks based on your location makes more sense, more viable, and less industrial waste than continuing to send out 3 different types of SIM cards. So I hope Gene understands that right now. If he watches this later, watches the replay, if someone who's friends with him says, hey, Tito was talking about you, watch it. Like, I don't care. You know what? Tell him. Like, because I really want him to understand. Because he's been posting frequently, and he's just very aggravated, very frustrated. The second thing that I wanted to kind of clear up with him, and I've commented all these things to him, I'm just saying it on a live stream so that way he hears it from me. Maybe it'll come across better if he hears it spoken by me than typed out. But the other thing that he's aggravated about is device financing. And this doesn't specifically have to go to Boost Mobile. This goes with any other company out there. And every other company uses, they look at your credit in various ways to decide whether they can finance you a device or not. Boost Mobile is relatively new, okay? Not the brand, but this stage of Boost Mobile, owned by Dish, is relatively new. So they are strapped for cash. So it is kind of a hurdle to finance a device, with Boost Mobile. It really is. This is why that, they have the $25 bring your own device plan that, they've heavily pushed for a while. Because, you would have to buy these devices outright. If you wanted to finance them, you can finance them, and it's based on your credit. Okay. There is no credit discrimination. Not sure why they did, because they're consolidating, Isaac. They're consolidating their SIM cards down to just one SIM card that can run actively on 3 different networks. So you don't have to worry about confusion. You don't have to worry about being sent the wrong SIM card in case your SIM card gets damaged. You don't have to worry about getting sent the wrong one. It alleviates that headache. One SIM card, active for all 3 networks. Even if you're not in a place that has Boost network coverage, you'll default to AT&T. And So think about it like this. If you have a certified device and your home area doesn't have Boost network, but maybe like a major city about 2 hours away does. And if you have a certified device like an iPhone 15 or, Galaxy S24, you end up going to that city, you'll connect to that Dish network. You'll experience the Dish 5G. So, yeah, it's not bad for them to do that. I don't find it to be confusing to do that. I actually find it to be refreshing because I don't have to worry about SIM cards being sent to me that are wrong, that, require them to send out another SIM card just to get, active. One SIM card for everybody. Works out. Having one SIM card that can utilize all 3 networks is equivalent to having an unlocked smartphone where you can put it on any network you want. Same thing, same concept. As far as device financing, Boost is, how they look at your credit is based upon these factors. Okay, it's not really your credit score. Like a lot of people assume, and they're like, oh, it's because I have a 450, I'm not going to get financed. They're looking at my 450. No, they're looking at your 450, but that's not the determining factor of why they will finance you a device. There are people that have a credit score of 450. And this is hypothetically speaking. I'm not saying that somebody with a 450 credit score was able to finance with Boost. But it's hypothetically saying there are people with a 450 credit score. The only reason why they have that credit score is because they have unpaid medical bills. Okay? An unpaid medical bill is like, okay, I expect that from somebody. Because going to the hospital for whatever reason, because they're not going to ask you, they're not going to get on the phone and be like, yeah, we saw you have a credit score of 450. We looked at your credits and we saw you had medical bills. Could you tell us what those medical bills were about? They can't ask you that. They cannot ask you that question at all. So it's like, yeah, no, they can just see what's on there. They can. So if you've had car repossessions, if you've defaulted on loans, if you defaulted on credit cards, if you have too many revolving lines of credit, that works against you. A lot of people think, oh, I got the credit. Let me open up an Amex card. Let me pull out a Discovery card. Let me pull this out. Like I worked for Discover Financial. I worked for them. Okay, I've learned massive tips about them. And one thing that I will tell people is don't have too many lines of credit open. If you have 10 or 7 or 5 credit lines open, I'm not talking about phone lines, I'm talking about credit given to you. It works against you to have that much lines of credit open because it looks to them as if your finances are not stable enough. You're using lines of credit to keep you afloat financially. Okay. A rough estimate of where it doesn't work against you is like having maybe 3 to 4 lines of credit issued to you, right? So 3 or 4 different credit cards. Okay, but that's what Boost is looking at. They're looking at the lines of credit you have that are revolving. They're looking at any unpaid loans, car repossessions, what's the other one? Foreclosures. They're looking at property foreclosures, right? If you have any of these marks on your credit, it is going to affect. Now, most people are not going to have foreclosures on their credit because it's damn near insane to buy a house these days, right? So more and more people are renting, which is throwing your money away because you don't own the property. When I digress from that, that's for a different, that's probably for talks on the second channel. But they look at these things. So if you have unpaid loans, if you had unpaid bill balances, say like you had Sprint and you never paid your final bill, and that's on your credit. It's on your credit for 7 years. They can see it. These are the things that lets the finance department of Boost Mobile decide, will we finance this person an iPhone 12 or not? This is how they make their decision. They make the decision that way. So it's not specifically your credit score. So someone can have a 629 credit score and have massive unpaid phone bills, right? They have an outstanding balance with Verizon, with T-Mobile, with AT&T. Boost is not going to shoulder a person like that for a finance device, risking the fact that the person is just going to get the phone unlocked somehow and walk away. A lot of people were doing that. This is the reason why that they have these phone locks on the phone. It's not only to lock you into their network and force you to use them. It's also for them not to lose something that they were shooting on sale to get customers, right? iPhone 15 could cost like, $799 for the base model. Maybe Boost is going to run a promo and say you can get the iPhone 15 for $299 by signing up with Boost Mobile. Do you think people are not going to take that deal? Of course they're going to take that deal. That's a little more than half off the device. So they're going to get an iPhone 15 for $299. They're going to go on the, $25 a month unlimited plan. And when the FCC forces these companies to unlock the phones after 60 days, once Boost unlocks that phone, what's to stop that customer from saying, all right, I got the iPhone 15, I spent $50 on service with Dish, peace, I'm out. It's not going to stop them. And so that's what they're trying to do. They're trying not to have people come over to them just to get a phone because they're selling it cheaper than the other guys, to take that phone and use it with the other guys. That's the whole point. So, of course, there's obligations. Of course, you have to meet a criteria. And it's not just Boost Mobile that does that. AT&T does it. Verizon does it. T-Mobile does it. Every company that finances a smartphone does it. Best Buy does it. They all do it. Because your credit is what shows these companies if you're trustworthy and you're financially responsible. And if your credit history does not reflect that you're financially responsible and you're trustworthy, how could you expect them to trust you that you're going to pay the phone off? And I like to use this analogy. which takes it away from mobile tech to understand it better. But if you are a person who has two friends, two really close friends, they both asked you to borrow $1,000. The first friend has borrowed money from you in the past and has never paid you back. The second friend has borrowed money from you twice and has paid you back on time twice. If they both came to you at the same time to ask you to borrow $1,000 and it was your last $1,000, but you were willing to let one of them borrow it, who are you going to loan the money out to? Of course, you're going to loan it to the person who's paid you back twice and on time. You're not going to loan it to the friend that has always borrowed money from you and never paid you back, because then if you give them that $1,000, you know you're never going to see it again. I don't know if they will issue postpaid customers the SIM cards. I do know that some of these Boost Mobile stores will work with you. Like if you have a local store you've always gone to and you know the people that work there, I'm sure that, you know, they'll pop that drawer open and bust out a rainbow SIM and hand it to you or sell it to you. Either way. So you know, it depends on the store, but technically no. Right now, Boost Mobile stores are not giving the thumbs up to service postpaid customers just yet. It will come, but not yet. Let me get some of the chat here. All right, let me go over this real quick. In every other country in the industrial world manages to not have carrier locked phones. Companies just won't be able to subsidize phones as heavily. It's still better for consumers. It is still better for consumers that are honest, Michael, but it's not better for the people that love to go and bullshit and cost us good customers something pretty cool. See, in this case, we're looking at a glass and you're looking at it as half full, and I'm looking at it as half empty. Because I've been in the door in these situations. I've seen people abuse this type of stuff. I'm not against consumers getting their phones unlocked for 60 days, especially if the phone is paid off or if they paid out the phone, or even if they bought the phone at a subsidized price. So, you know, those phones, I believe, should be unlocked after 60 days. Irregardless, even the subsidized price ones, because even though they normally go for $1,000, they sold it for $600. The person paid $600 for it, so it's still considered they outright bought it. There are no financial obligations beyond that, other than them paying their phone bill. I do feel that those customers have the right to have the phone unlocked for 60 days. The only one I am against are financed devices that you paid nothing down on, or you may have paid 10% down on, and you're still paying off the phone. According to FCCs that I've read, they want all the phones unlocked after 60 days. It doesn't matter if you got, a Pixel Fold at $1,799 and you put down $170 as a down payment and you're paying $50 a month for the phone. After 60 days, they want that phone unlocked. And people will take that phone and go elsewhere. Not everybody's like that, but the ones that are like, they do the musical chairs with carriers because they're trying to get the best phones at the cheapest price, but use it with the carrier that they prefer to use it for. And they don't care if they burn their credit, because they know after 7 years, this stuff falls off, right? You put a bad mark on your credit today, 7 years from today, it falls off. As long as you don't answer them, right? If you don't answer their settlement to pay off 60% of your debt or whatever, if you don't answer, after 7 years, it falls off your credit. Every time you answer their inquiry about you paying off your debt, it restarts the 7-year clock. FYI for those out there that want to manage their credit. So that's what I'm against. I'm against them unlocking finance devices, because someone's going to eat that cost, Michael, right? You and I could agree on this. Someone is going to eat that cost, and it's not going to be Boost Mobile. It's not going to be Verizon or AT&T or T-Mobile. They're not going to eat that cost. We are. They're going to put that loss on customers. If you have 100,000 people financing the Pixel Fold at $1,799, and each one of them paid either zero down or $170 down. And they're making $50 payments. And they all got the phone from Verizon, and they all left Verizon at the 60-day mark once they knew that their phone was unlocked. Do you really think that Verizon is going to take that loss? That's basically $1,799 times 100,000. They're not going to take that loss. What's going to happen? Well, we got this plan here that really doesn't make us any money, so we're going to increase the price on it. Plans increase in price. Features become additional cost, right? They can start going back to the archaic days of, yeah, we'll give you an unlimited talk and texting. Oh, you want hotspot? We'll give you 5 gigabytes of hotspot for free, but now you're going to have to start paying as an add-on to get more hotspot. You're going to have to pay to get visual voicemail. Like, this is why these things cost. These companies pass on their losses onto customers to cover that debt, to cover that loss. Yeah, new devices with big with big discounts. Yeah, they're not going to do that once this whole 60-day on all devices is required. Yeah, they do it. We know, like, carriers are not our best friends. Some people, like, this is the reason why that some of my friends kind of poke fun at. They call them T-Mobile shills. The ones that will champion for T-Mobile is because they act like T-Mobile's their best friend, and T-Mobile's not their best friend. They're not. It's a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's the fox in the hen house. They're just out to make money. They don't care. They will make you feel warm and golden inside, and then, yeah, one day you'll get the long shaft with no Vaseline, and yeah, it's no good. This is the one time the FCC is doing a good thing, but they are screwing it up by deploying the wrong rules. Yeah, like the FCC, I love when they back consumers, and it's really backing consumers, because that's good for us, right? So, like, if I could have a sit down with the chairman or chairwoman of the FCC, and I was talk to them, I would tell them, like, yeah, your 60-day unlock policy is good for every phone except financed. Allow the people that finance the phones to finish that financial obligation before unlocking it. We also know who hurts out of this: the small businesses out there, like all those websites like Unlocker, Phone Unlocker, Sim Unlocker, Network Unlocker, like all these guys that's like, plug in your IMEI and an email address, and you pay $40, and they will email you the SIM unlock code to unlock your device to use on any network. They're going to lose business on this, because why is anyone going to go to them? All the ones that didn't finish their financial obligations, but really, 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 really want that phone unlocked, who's been going to these websites to get their phones unlocked, now all they got to do is wait 60 days, and boom, their phone's unlocked. So what does it do for all these other websites that can unlock your device? Puts them out of business. In life, we have to learn this one rule to life. There's a rule to life that people tend to forget about, and that is, you gotta pay to play. You can try to finesse it, you can try to maneuver it, and maybe you might be good enough to coast through life barely having to pay out something, but at the end of the day, we all pay to play. Doesn't matter. We all pay to play. All devices should be locked and stay locked until the customer has paid for the phone in full. Yeah, but if you paid for the phone in full, it should automatically be unlocked. And I think it shouldn't have to wait 60 days, honestly. So, like, I'm with the FCC on that, but I'm a little bit more radical. I think that if you purchase the device, if you walk in store and you're like, give me a Pixel 9, give me an iPhone 16, how are you going to pay for this, sir? Cash. Okay, you owe us $1,072.26. Okay, boom, here's $1,072 and some change. $1,073. All right. I think from the moment that I put that money down, whether I put cash down or if I swipe my card and I pay it and it's paid, right? Paid off the phone. I think from that very moment, the institution that sold the device, whether it's Best Buy or if it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, I think at that point, there should be like a little input on their screen as they're setting up my account that says device paid in full with customer like device unlocked. Type in yes. Boom. Type in yes, hit enter, submit. Bam, the signal is sent to the phone. Once the phone establishes a connection, signal sent to the phone to network unlock, to unrestrict the network on the iPhone, to unlock the Android phone. Right then and there, no questions asked. That's when they should be unlocking the phone, right then and there. Not 60 days. Not 60 days. No way. But that's for paid off phones, whether it's full price, whether it's full market retail, or if it's subsidized price. Those phones should be unlocked immediately. If I'm like, I have $100 to put down on this Pixel Fold, okay, and then your monthly payments are going to be $59.73. No unlocking for that phone. That phone stays locked to that network until it's paid off. That's how I think it should go. Never mind the 60 days. That's how I would run it. If I was the chairman of the FCC, that's how I would run it to all these companies. It's like you unlock their damn phones right the moment that they paid it. Right? The moment you got your money, full price plus taxes, state taxes, sell taxes, you unlock their phone right then and there. I know some people will disagree and be like, but if that's the case, they'll just walk into a T-Mobile store, buy the phone outright, get it unlocked, and then go. Okay. But we're talking about competition here. Two, in order for them to get that connection, they have to be on the cellular network. So you do have to have a line to unlock it. This is why when some people call in and they're like, I got a T-Mobile phone and I need it unlocked. And then they ask you, do you have an account with us? No, we don't. They tell you that you need to have an account. You need to have an active T-Mobile line because you need to be on T-Mobile's network for their system to send that little signal code. That network unlocks it. You can't do it over Wi-Fi. I mean, you could. They could if they set it up that way, but they never set it up that way to be done over Wi-Fi. This is why, like, you know, I love having a big sister because my older sister, she has T-Mobile. So if I end up getting a T-Mobile phone that's locked, like if I buy one from OfferUp, I get it unlocked by simply just having her add my phone to one of her lines, then submit a network unlock request, waiting 24 hours, and then the phone's unlocked, and then she takes her phone line off the phone. I'm good. Yeah. So when it comes to that. But anyways, with financing a device, it is based on your credit. With financing your device, it's based on what's on your credit history, not just the number. They don't focus on 450, 525, 629, 650, 750, 850. They don't focus on that. That's not the primary judgment of if you get financed a device or not. It is that number plus what's on your history. If you have a lot of unpaid loans, a lot of unpaid cell phone bills, a lot of unpaid, credit cards, you're going to get declined. Because that's what they're looking at to finance. And it's not considered discrimination if your own credit history shows that you are very bad in paying back loans and credit cards. That's not discriminating because that was all by your choice. You chose not to pay off your financial obligations. You chose to let them sit on your credit report. So you have to deal with the consequences of your choices. I think that's probably one of the things that's very lost in today's society is accountability. Nobody wants to be accountable for the decisions that they make. They want to always pass it off as a victim of something. And I don't tolerate that shit. I don't. So yeah, it's not discrimination if you were declined approval to finance a device. Fix your credit. I mean, you could dispute things on your credit too. You never know. There's things on your credit that you probably didn't even do, but you haven't looked. And because you haven't looked, you don't know what they are. If you see things that's not yours, it's not yours, dispute it. My younger sister and my ex-wife have a similar name. And, I felt bad for my younger sister because a bunch of stuff that my ex-wife did ended up on my younger sister's credit history. She got it resolved, but do you see how the whole credit thing works? Even things between me and my dad end up getting crossed sometimes. There was a guy who lived in San Jose, California, has the exact same name as me. And we're just maybe about 3 years apart in age. And some of his shit ended up on my credit report. I had to dispute it and get it taken off. So, yeah, you have to watch your credit closely, especially if you don't have the financial means to just pay things off out in cash and you rely on, financing options and credit cards and loans. If you're you do those things, for sure, watch your credit history very closely. But anyways, hopefully that helps out other people. Besides, I know I use Gene's questions because he asked good questions in my group, so I used his questions, to kind of talk about today with the confusion with Boost Mobile with the SIM cards and then the financing thing. And I feel other people would feel the same way too. And so addressing it all in one video. So hopefully this helps out people kind of understand. It may not be the answer that you like to hear, but it is the answer to your question. Simple as that. Not everything in life is lollipops and rainbows. So I just kind of wanted to be clear on that. All right. Let's see. Going off into the next thing here. Before I wrap things up, spend a few minutes on this. But are you guys ready? Because it's 3 days, 2 minutes, and 12 seconds and counting until the launch event. Yeah, Gene is good people. He is. I just feel bad for him sometimes because he has these questions, and I know where he's coming from with that. I know what it's like when you're like, I really want to get a new phone, and you want to go through the carrier that you signed up with, and you're like, you get so heartbroken when they're like, we can't finance you a device at this time. It sucks. Trust me. I don't have the best credit ever. I really don't. I know what it's like to be denied so many years. So, yeah. And he has the biggest weapon of all of it. He could take his business elsewhere, which according to Joy's of San Joaquin Valley here, Gene intends to do. He intends to walk away from Boost Mobile, and that's fine. Go with a carrier that's going to fit your needs is what I always say. Who gives a shit what people like and don't like out there? It doesn't matter. What matters is how it works for you. So if Gene decides to walk away from Boost Mobile and go somewhere else that will finance him a device that he wants and will give him a plan that fits his needs and he's happy with it, as long as Gene is happy with it, I'm happy for him. So you just got your Pixel 8 Pro. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to wait on the Pixel 9. I think they're going to wait on the Pixel 9 just because, there's talks of like the price increase on these phones, which I'm not too happy about. I did last talk about, if the Pixel 8a was the last of the Google Pixel A series, and I gave what a lot of people are feeling and thinking when it comes to that, because this year, they're releasing 3 devices in the next 3 days. But ultimately, I hope that they don't get rid of the Pixel A series because there is a demographic for that particular brand. I hope. And if they start saying that there will be a Pixel 9a, then believe me, I am not going to get the Pixel 9. I'm going to hold off for the Pixel 9a. I will upgrade to the Pixel 9a and probably give my wife the Pixel 8a, or I will probably get the Pixel 9a to review, but give my wife the 9a and keep the 8a because the 8a is going to be supported for the next 7 years. So not really losing out on anything. Of course, she'll have the device with the Tensor G4. No problem at all whatsoever. But anyways, it says you're subscribed. So a lot of things kind of focused here. AI is one of the big focuses, not only with Google, Apple, Samsung, right? So like people are upset that some of the deals that's coming with the new Pixel devices is going to be like subscriptions to Gemini Advance, right? Like if you get like the Pixel 9 Pro XL, you're gonna get 1 year of the Gemini Advance. Now, I have an active subscription to Gemini Advanced through the Google One 2 terabyte, $19.99 a month subscription plan. Google gave it to me for 2 months for free to try out. I am not going to keep it. I use Gmail. I use a lot of Google apps. I do. But I don't find that I'm using Gemini in those apps, if you guys catch what I'm saying. I don't use Gemini to condense my emails. I don't. I open and read the body of the email sent to me from a person. I think the most thing that I've done with Gemini, you guys probably saw it in the beginning of this live stream, where I had the little slideshow of photos that I took with my Pixel 8a and then some stuff I did with Gemini. Those AI generated images of a German Shepherd podcaster, because my dog Velvet, she's a German Shepherd. That's probably the most I've done with AI. Guilty as charged. You guys can make fun of me all you want, but the most thing that I've done with AI was have it generate me funny photos to send to my friends and family, and that's pretty much it. I really haven't found a need for it. So for me, and I'm just saying, just for me, this doesn't have to pertain to anybody else. Just for me, I'm not that enrooted with AI. So like Gemini, mostly it's things of like, hey, like I ask it to, where's a certain restaurant at that I want to try? Where's the best place to go on a Saturday night for a date with less people? And it gives me, yes, I do ask those questions for those who want to know. And it does give me some really good recommendations. There's places that it sent me and my wife to go and have like a date where we didn't have a lot of people around us. Perfect. It knows my city very well, and it should. It's the 5th largest city in the United States, so it should know it very well. But yeah, I do simple things like that. I don't do anything that's crazy. I won't ask it to, code me, a smart, a device, like code me an app that can catalog and log rare toy collections using Python. Like I won't ask it to do me that stuff. AI freaks you out. I don't know about that, Michael. I'll have to. So, in general, before I disagree with your statement, Michael, are you saying that it is still better for consumers, for someone that finances a device, to have the phone unlocked at 60 days? I'm talking about financing now, not subsidized, not fully paid off, financed. Because that's my only issue with the FCC is financed devices that are not paid off. Are you saying that it is still good for customers for those devices to be unlocked, even if customers have to pay more to have that device unlocked? Because my last thing to that is, oh, someone walked by. You guys will always hear my dogs bark. There's nothing I can do about that. Here's my last thing. If finance devices are required to be unlocked after 60 days, the same as paid off devices, I can pretty much kind of guess what's going to happen next. And I think what's going to happen next is that these companies are not going to finance devices. They may do finance devices on the very small devices like the Moto G Power, which is fine for customers because they'll still be able to finance those devices. Yes, they're only a couple of $100, but some people just don't have a couple of $100 to finance a device. But I can almost see this being in a way where it's like the top tier devices will not end up getting finance agreements. It will be a pay it out in full price or don't get one at all, which will have people go the other method, which is getting a credit card to do a finance type of thing, because then you wouldn't be able to do it through the carrier. You would have to do it through your credit card. And then you can screw your credit card company over if you're going to do that route. But then again, you know what? Again, it's just going to impact you pretty bad. No. So, Michael, I agree with you. Fully paid off devices, like in your situation with AT&T, I agree. Those things should be unlocked. Like I said earlier, I even think that the moment that they're paid off, they should be immediately unlocked. And if you walk into an AT&T store and you buy the phone at full price, whether the retail price is $9.99 or they're doing a sale and you can get it at $7.99, not finance, but just, they took $200 off and you paid that. That's still considered fully paid off. It was subsidized. It was, on a promo, but it's paid off. I believe those phones should in fact be unlocked the moment that it is paid off. What I don't agree with is if you finance a device and the FCC wants that device to be unlocked as well, because you're going to have massive people creating financial contracts with these carriers for an expensive phone, and then after 60 days they're going to dip with that phone. Not everybody will, but you're going to have those people that do it, and then that's just going to screw the consumer. So that's what I think is going to happen if they require this on finance devices. Unlock devices, unlock them not 60 days but immediately. That's my stand on that. Finance devices, if they have them unlocked after 60 days, we can expect that major devices are not going to be, able to be financed, which the consumer loses out on. I don't care what I've seen people talk about. I can pay for my iPhone 16 with cash. I don't know why people finance. For people who talk that way, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, because not everybody has a bag in their pocket that they just fucking drop that kind of money on a phone. First of all, I think prices of phones today are ridiculous. I think the Pixel Fold being what will cost me a down payment for a fucking used vehicle is insane. But that's where we are today. We can bitch and complain about pricings of phones, but at the same time, we'll still go and spend that money on the phone. So, why even fight it if people are just going to submit and pay it? That's my thinking, But anyways. Yeah, well, I'm seeing, but what you're saying there, Georgia, San Joaquin Valley, what you're saying there, you unlock your devices because you pay off the financial obligation. That's the right way to go about it. You may have a 36 month contract to pay off the phone, but say you want to pay it off tomorrow, you pay it off and then you tell them unlock my phone. Then you have the right. From right there, once the balance is paid, right there, they should unlock your phone. I don't want people waiting 60 days. I want their phones unlocked immediately, but I don't want finance devices to be unlocked until the balance is paid. There are people out there that are not going to be able to get these phones unless they do a financial agreement. We are not anybody to judge people, because everybody has different walks of life. There are people who are poor. I'm fucking poor. Hell, I don't care to admit it to people. I'm poor. I'm on YouTube. I do these things. I do podcasts. I upload videos, but I'm not balling out of control. I'm not fucking Mr. Beast. The day that I become as rich as Mr. Beast, you guys will know, because my day ones, my people that are always in here chatting with me, you guys would get fucking blessed, because I'm not greedy with money. I will find some way. I will have people give me their Venmo so I can shoot them $5,000 just for the hell of it. Somebody that I know on here that DMs me privately, their life sucks, things are going bad for them, they're going to lose their place. I'll go and fucking pay a year of your rent off so you don't have to lose your place. My mom has always raised me to give, because when I die, the money that I have doesn't go with me. My possessions doesn't go with me. So why hold those things to such a high standard? If you have it and you have the ability to help people. That's always been my mom's way of thinking. And, I try to live up to what my mom, has taught me. as a way to atone for my behavior of the things that I've done wrong to my mom. So shit, if I became as rich as Mr. Beast, I would probably do this. If I had $1 billion today, in 3 days at the Made by Google event, anyone who came and watched me react to the Made by Google event, I would buy everybody whatever choice they wanted. Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, and in what color they wanted. Pixel Watch 3 or 3 XL, Pixel Buds Pro 2. I would buy you bundles. See, I wish I had that kind of money, but I don't have that kind of money. Two, I don't have that influence on the internet to be making that kind of money. So, yeah. But if I ever did, trust me, you all would be blessed. Even if you don't want a Pixel, even if you were watching the Made by Google event and you're like, I'd rather get an iPhone 16, I'll be okay. When the iPhone 16 comes, I will pre-order one for you. Like, I just like putting smiles on people's faces. And if I can alleviate stress in life for somebody so that way they can live better, I would do that. I've been doing it for years. One thing that maybe some of you guys may know, because I may have mentioned it once or twice, but I don't really brag about it because I don't want recognition for it. I don't have a lot of money, but on my paydays, I will take somebody who's out here on the streets, that's living on the streets. I will buy them a hot meal. I would put $20 in their pocket and walk away. I mean, I think I shared a story where a lady at McDonald's that worked at McDonald's pissed off my wife, and she pissed me off because we were sitting with our kids having lunch. My kids wanted McDonald's, so I took them to McDonald's, and there was a homeless man inside there, and he was digging through the trash trying to find something to eat. I didn't like that. So I went up where he was sitting at because he was sitting quietly. He wasn't asking people for money. He didn't bother anybody inside the restaurant. He just went in some of the trash cans looking for something to eat. And the lady who was cleaning up, mopping the floor, she told him to stop. So he went and he sat down to stay in the air conditioning. It's like 108 degrees outside. It's hot. He's trying to stay cool. So I walked up to him and I asked him if he would like something to eat because my wife wanted to buy him lunch. I told him he could have whatever he wanted. So, he got him a double quarter pounder meal with cheese, large fries, large Coke, apple pie, and ice cream cone. And then just for shits and giggles, we ordered two more. We ordered two of those. What do you call them? Triple cheeseburgers. He can stuff it in his pocket, keep it for later. I don't care. Maybe he has a friend out there that's hungry. He can pass it on to them. I didn't care. So I ordered his food. I walked up to the guy at the counter because at the McDonald's here, they have those those giant tablet kiosks that you order from, and then they deliver your food to your table. And I told the guy, I ordered this, but it's for that gentleman right there sitting down. And he's hungry. I ordered him something to eat. Please give him his food. I told the guy because I didn't want them to be like, oh, sir, you didn't pay for this. And because I asked him to print me a receipt for the order, I walked up to the guy and I gave him the receipt. And I said, just in case they want to argue with you, you have the receipt that shows you ordered it. And I went back and sat down and ate lunch with my kids. So, the guy was happy. My kids were happy because they were happy to see him, eating. And then the lady, when I went up to go get a refill on my drink, the lady that was sweeping and mopping, she speaks Spanish, and so does my wife. So she spoke to my wife in Spanish about, you shouldn't be feeding these guys. They come in here and cause problems. Okay, first of all, I do what the fuck I want with my money. That was my mentality when my wife told me what she said. I was like, I do what the fuck I want with my money. Okay, I'm a paying customer. I do what I want. If I want to buy somebody who's down on their luck something to eat, a hot meal, it's my fucking right to do it. So I was just like, I was gonna go to the lady and tell her off, but I already know my mouth when I'm pissed, when I'm heated. I'm going to say something that's wrong. So what I ended up doing was I ended up requesting to speak to the store manager that was on duty. Told them like, hey, look, I get it. You got a lot of homeless people that hang out here and they come inside to cause problems. I'm not trying to make those problems for you. That gentleman right there was hungry. He wasn't asking anybody for anything. He didn't ask me for nothing. I chose to buy him something to eat. I don't appreciate your employee coming up to my wife and telling her that what I should do with my money and that I shouldn't feed somebody that's hungry. It's not right. So the manager apologized to me for her employee's behavior and addressed it. But yeah, if I do these things, if I have $20 in my pocket that I'm probably going to use for something stupid like buying wireless earbuds or something, I'll just give that money to somebody who needs it. It's kind of the reason why that I can't really save up to buy a phone, because I can save like $20 like here and there until I have enough money to buy a new smartphone to unbox it and review on YouTube. But it never works out that for me to save that money, because I'm always running into somebody that could use the help. And it's not that they're coming to me asking me for help. It's my eyes seek them out. I can go to a gas station, pump gas, and see a person walking around that's just asking for $1 or whatever. They ask for $1, I give them $5. They ask, for like $2, I give them $20. I know some people will be like, don't do that, man. They got drug habits. They got drinking problems. Look, I don't care. All right. They're down on their luck. Who am I to judge and govern and put borders around what they do in their life? They're already having a hard life as is, in my opinion. So I don't do that to them. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me if I was down on my luck and I was an alcoholic then because I had lost my home, lost my family, lost everything. And if someone was like, here, you seem down on your luck, here's $20, do what you want with it. Yeah, it's enabling me to go in and get a drink. But it's still my decision, because I can see that gesture of kindness and say to myself that I don't want to be a drunk anymore. I'm hungry. Let me take this $20 and go get me a sandwich. Give me something to drink, and find a way to get to a place that can help me. It's that type of thinking. My mom has always told me, to not be greedy. Don't ever be greedy. So I'm not greedy. Anyhow, kind of went off on a rant there. Hashtag ADHD Tito. I always get hit with ADHD problems. That's just me. I'm just weird like that. But anyways, yeah. So Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, the Pro Fold, like all of these devices are coming. They got this thing with Gemini, helps you break up with it. Oh look, timer went down. So 2 days, 23 hours, and 42 minutes. So that means that for me, the Made by Google event will be at this time on Tuesday morning. So 10 a.m. Tuesday morning for me is when the event will start, and we'll get all the quirkiness, and we'll get all the people that hit the stage and give us all the the info about the device and what they were thinking about and all that other stuff. So I am excited. I really am. You look at Google Pixel phones. You got the 8 Pro, the 8, the 8A, the Fold, 7 Pro, 7, 7A, right? So once the Made by Google event happens, I can tell you guys that the 7 and 7 Pro are going to fall off. Usually the Google website tends to keep the most current devices and last year's devices. Maybe the 7 and 7A might stick around for a little bit. We'll see, because if the Pixel 6a is not on here, then yeah. I don't think it is on here anymore. Yeah, it's not. So they got the... Oh, they got a list of all of them. Never mind, they do. Okay, let's go 6a. Oh, wait, no longer available. Let's go at Pixel 6. No longer available. Yeah, so like the older Pixels are no longer available for sale, but they'll still give you like the specifications. So if you really want to kind of compare them, and if you're going to go buy them like used or something like that, go to the Google store and just compare them there if you guys want to know. Currently, right now, the Pixel 8a is going for $449. So you save $50 on it. And they got device financing, 24-month financing at $18.71 a month you'll be paying for it. Yeah, obviously got 4 colors: obsidian, and, blue, and green. Yeah, they got cool colors. I don't know if I get anything new this year. It may be the new Pixel Buds Pro, so the Pixel Buds Pro 2. As you can see right now, the regular Pixel Buds are discounted off, $60 off of them. So they're now $139.99 rather than $200 for them. And then the Pixel Buds A is $79 instead of $99. I honestly feel like the Pixel Buds A should get a refresh. There should be the Pixel Buds A2. Should bring out the Pixel Buds A2. Get rid of this. This thing right here hurts my ear. I don't know. Does anybody else that has this particular bud, does this ear stem hurt their ear? Because that's one of the things that made me want to gravitate towards the Pixel Buds Pro, is because they don't have that. They don't have that at all. They kind of like look in the same design shape as my Tozo T6s. So I feel like that this design, it would stay snug in my ear. The only thing about these though, the reason why I haven't gotten them is because by the time that I remembered to, I should get me some Pixel Buds Pro, we're already at the dawn of the Pixel Buds Pro 2. So if the Pixel Buds Pro 2 launches at $200, I'll probably end up getting those. I think the two things that I will probably upgrade to in the next 3 or 4 months will be getting the Pixel Buds Pro 2s and getting the Pixel Watch 3 XL. Because I have the Pixel Watch Gen 1. This will be 2 years. Coming up in October will be 2 years since that came out. So it's about that time to upgrade. Longer battery, bigger display. Obviously, I'm going to go for the XL model and not the regular one. But I'm thinking about getting... So the first things I'll probably get are 2 of the Pixel Watch 3s. The 3 and the 3 XL. The 3 for my wife, so she can finally have a Pixel Watch. And then the 3 XL for me. What I'll do with my Pixel Watch Gen 1, probably keep it powered off and frame it, because it was the very first Pixel smartwatch. I may even go as far as taking it in to a watch repair and having them remove the battery out of it, so that way the battery doesn't damage the inside of it. I am seeing a lot of people post photos of their Pixel Watch. They've been going to sleep with it, been waking up, and the watch has been separated. Like the screen has been lifted off the body. And so the water resistance is integrity has been compromised. And yeah, so I like to keep my stuff in good condition. What up, B-Tech? Shout out B-Tech in the house, man. Yo, the first beginning of this podcast, dude, I'm sorry. I had to say what I thought about what YouTube did to you, and for people to show support. So like the first 10 minutes of this podcast was just literally giving you support. So shout out B-Tech, everybody. Show that man some support, help him out. Yeah. I can tell you, so there were actually a couple of buds that I used at the gym, literally like at the gym, and had no problems. The Tozo T6s that, I did a review on, they actually work great. I've gone running with these earbuds in my ear. They didn't fall out. They stayed snugly in place. They did pretty good. We don't know, man. We have no idea exactly what it was that made YouTube come to that decision. In the beginning of the podcast, I explained he never got any warnings, no warning emails, no warnings in YouTube Studios. He just woke up one day and got an email from them that said that they were doing it. That's that. Yeah, you still have access now, but your videos and what they're doing, are they having an impact on your YouTube partnership? Like, are you seeing any earnings happening from that, or is it dead, where you're just getting views and the YouTube partnership earnings is not calculating? Because you worked so many years, man, to grow your channel to that point and to become a partner on YouTube. So I hate to see all that lost. I can also say like my JVC Gummies 2 wireless earbuds stay pretty snug in my ear when I work out at the gym. The ones that, and my Pixel Buds A, they actually stay snug in my ear when I work out. Like when I'm running on a treadmill, or if I'm running at the park and that stuff, still good. The only ones that, I've noticed that do fall out of my ear, and I'm not picking on Apple, but my AirPods 3, those buds, they fall out of my ear when I run. Of course, the Pros are going to be better because you have that tip that goes in your canal to snugly secure it. The AirPods 3, it's just that tip that, hangs on your earlobe. So if you jump really high enough, those will fall out. When I had my Pixel Buds A in my ear and I was jumping on the trampoline, they stayed in my ear. So, yeah. But, yeah, that's probably the two things I'm going to get. So Pixel 9, not anytime soon. The only way I would ever have a Pixel 9 in the next week or so is if Google actually recognized me and sent me one to review. That's the only way I would get it. Otherwise, it'll probably be maybe next year that I get a Pixel 9, or like whenever it goes down in a really good price, I'll probably grab one just to review. Maybe I'll end up giving it to my wife because I like my Pixel 8a. But yeah, you do get that. That is true, Brian. You do get ear fatigue, is what I call it. Well, a lot of people call it too. Ear fatigue, having those buds in your ear for such a long period of time. Even the ones that have memory foam tips, like they're a bit more comfortable, and I can go longer with them in my ear. But eventually, the same thing will happen. I'll get ear fatigue because nothing is meant to stay in your ear that long. Originally, when people, when wireless earbuds were really popular, people would just walk around with the AirPods in their ear all day long, not listening to shit, but just have them in their ear all day long. And it's just like, why? You're not listening to anything. Of course, it's going to start making your ear agitated. Take them the fuck out, put them in the case, let them charge, pop them in when you're actually going to use them. So, yeah. But anyways, Pixel 9, not anytime soon that I would be buying one. I'm going to go and probably upgrade to the Pixel Watch 3 XL, get my wife a Pixel Watch 3, and then get me some Pixel Buds Pro 2. My Pixel 8a still does great. Is awesomely great. So I don't really feel the need to upgrade. And it's going to be supported for 7 years. However, I will be live reacting here on YouTube to the Made by Google event. And I believe Sneed is going to live react with me. He did say to send him a link so he can be on the live stream with me. We could watch the event together. So, yeah. But if not, if he gets busy, that's cool. Life happens. But I will be live reacting as it's going on. So I'm gonna, as soon as this podcast is over, I am actually gonna set that up. Made by Google event watch party, and we're gonna get excited for that. So anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all that I have for today. And I thank everybody for hanging out with me. That's awesome. Like I said, if you guys want to know where I'll be at, if anything happens to my channel, I'll be on Odyssey and Instagram. Those are the two platforms that I will continue to post content on. To just for those who to know. If in fact, that's the wrong one. It's like going weird. Ah. Anyways. We got a message real quick. Oh, okay. My wife is having a blast right now. She's doing this thing. One of her friends has this this exercise thing that like aerobics type class that she does it at the park. My wife went this morning to go participate, so she's having fun. It is in 2 days, 23 hours, and 30 minutes. So basically, August 13th at 10 a.m. my time. So if you're 2 hours ahead of me, that's 12 p.m. your time. If you're an hour ahead of me, that's 11 a.m. your time. But it is 10 a.m. my time that it will be live. So I'll be, live reacting, watch party. That's going to get set up. And like I said earlier, if any of you guys actually want to try out Helium Mobile for 1 month, you guys can definitely do so. Use that QR code right there. That'll get you 1 month free. However, it's also in the description as well, link to downloading the app to sign up for services and my promo code to use to get you that first month for free. I appreciate all those that have used it so far already. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, just, I'll have videos dropping tomorrow and Monday. This is all I'm doing for today. For the rest of the day, I'm just going to hang out with my kids and watch some scary movies. And I will say this, if you want to join VTech, I'll DM you a link and you can join. The more the merrier, right? The more people on my watch party. Yeah. I would love to have you on there. So I'll send you a link. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Deadpool. Before I go, guys, Deadpool, fucking legit. Deadpool Wolverine was fucking legit. I'm not gonna ruin it for anyone that hasn't seen it, so you're not gonna hear like what happens in the movie. I'm just saying it is fucking legit. I had a blast. I took my daughter yesterday because she wanted to see that movie, so that was one of her birthday gifts. We went to the movies last night, and oh my god, it's fucking hilarious. It's so good. It was so good. It was so good. I'm sorry. Some people may not like Deadpool. I do, and I thought the movie was fantastic. Also, we got a different trailer to Beetlejuice. It looks like that. What's the character's name? Lydia is actually going to go to Beetlejuice for help. So Beetlejuice might be the hero in this one. Sort of. I doubt it. I'm sure he's got some malicious thing behind it. Anyways, I am looking forward to watching Beetlejuice. I'm going to be watching it in theaters. Probably not on day of release because most people are going to hit the theaters for that. If I do watch it on September 6th, it'll probably be in the afternoon because most people are going to have the night, pretty much booked and covered. I ordered my tickets online and ordered my seating rows. So, but yeah, I'm going to go watch Beetlejuice. But Deadpool Wolverine, fucking legit. Let's go. If you have not seen it, I will say it is worth to go watch in theaters. Okay, unless you're like me, who's just like, if it's a movie that you want to watch, but you don't absolutely have to, watch it immediately, then yeah, when it comes to streaming platforms, you're gonna love it. It was good. It was really good. I leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this Saturday. You guys are amazing. Videos for the rest of this weekend and beginning of the week, and then the watch party. Come join me then. I'm gonna set that up now, so it'll be there for you guys to click to remind you of a notification when I'm about to go live to live react to all this Google Pixel stuff. It is my time of the year. Galaxy fans, you guys got yours. Apple fans, you guys are getting yours. But this is mine. The Google Pixel is mine. It's fucking mine. And it's going to be amazing. Be there. Okay? I'd love to see all you guys there. Live react together. Till then, I'll talk to you on the next one. And as always, aloha. That sounded so freaking cringe. Like I'm on the island right now, bro. And I'm fucking drinking pineapple juice and getting back, catching massive waves, cuz. Yeah, okay. I had the little dialect there. I don't speak it as good as my sister. She can do that whole local tone very, very well. They call it pigeon in Hawaii. But not pigeon like the bird. Pigeon. Rambling. Hashtag ADHD Tito strikes again. Because I am rambling here. Goodbye, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm going now. Bye.